Welcome back to Legal Licks Lounge. Dallas, you look like you're out and about. Welcome to the show. Where are you?
Undisclosed.
Undisclosed location. Okay. Where the money resides is what you were supposed to say, but we'll just look past
The
that.
the money resides on my phone at all times, so you know that's always with me.
There we go. Coach P, how are you today? Blessed and highly favored. I'll take
Is
it.
blessed. You already know.
Okay, perfect. So let's just dive in really quick. Would you guys like to do a recap from the episode from Tuesday?
Shit, man. What happened on Tuesday? I know. Oh, I know. I went to the Sky game. The Sky won.
All right, our free pick for today is the Chicago Sky. Big Candace back. Sky undefeated with Candace Parker. They're not gonna lose today. It's a revenge game for the Sky because they lost to the New York Liberty when Candace didn't play, and they will win tonight.
And they
Yeah,
won.
it was a blowout. And I shook Candace Parker hand and passed her the ball and everything. Yeah, and I met Steve Nash too at the game as well. I sat next to Steve Nash and I got to like pick his brain about some basketball stuff and things like that. And you might see me in Brooklyn on the staff next year. Actually, doing something for the Nets, man. Might be doing something for the Nets next year.
You were already at the game in like the second row the other day.
Yeah. That's how I know. That's how I knew that Drew Holiday was gonna eat. Chris Middleton waved him off and said, "Eat, eat, eat." The Bucks gonna blow them people out next game too, but we're gonna get that later.
Okay, perfect. So, do you guys want to dive into tonight's game, the Clippers Suns?
Let's go ahead. Let's do it.
Okay, Dallas, you can go first. Do you want to give your key players?
My key players for the Suns is of course Chris Paul, but the big fella, Big Aiden. He's the key to this series just because the Clippers think they're gonna win playing small ball, and really they don't have a big to actually like that's on DeAndre Ayton level. So it's either play small ball and try to shoot threes, or play a big that can't guard Aiden. Uh, and Aiden got three outstanding guards now that can make sure he's spoon fed at the rim, and that's big for him, especially going against a small Clippers team. Every time they penetrate, the big fella comes up if Zubac in the game. Cameron Payne kills him, Devin Booker kills him, and then now CP3 coming back, he's gonna be snaking those screens uh, and putting Zubac in bad situations. And he just dropping the ball off to Aiden. Aiden, man, this is the easiest series he's had in a long time. He ain't got to do nothing but catch the ball and go up with it every time, or get an offensive rebound with Zubac right there, and then Zubac go, oh man, oh man, oh man. That's why he got dunked on at the end of the game. Because Zubac you can't compete with him, man. But yeah, Aiden's the key. He can because he's the biggest difference between this series and last series. Rudy Gobert cannot hit that shot. That mid-range shot that Aiden just made. Rudy Gobert's not making that. Rudy Gobert isn't an offensive threat. That's why the Clippers was able to beat the Jazz. This series, they're in trouble because the center is an offensive threat, along with all the guards. You got to guard the guards, and you got to guard the center. And T. Lue don't know what to do. My key player for the Clippers leading into that it's Tyronn Lue. I mean, it's Tyronn Lue. Tyronn Lue is the key player in this game. The Clippers have gone down 2-0 in every series so far this playoffs, and they've come back with the right response. I don't know if that's from Tyronn Lue or if that's from the players or not. I don't know if it's Rondo, Paul George, and them with the response and Kawhi, or is it T. Lue? We're gonna find out today if it's T. Lue or not, because I feel like I can tell you what I think he has to do to have a chance in this game. Rondo got to get more minutes. Rondo has to be the key to the game. Like, he has to be able to control the tempo of the game, especially going against Chris Paul coming back. T. Lue got to figure out what he wants to do with this Suns team. I don't think it's nothing. It's just a bad draw. It's a bad draw in the matchup. No Kawhi. I don't think they can win. I honestly don't. I think it's a trick line. This is the Clippers' game to win if they're going to win one, but I don't see it happening. So, yeah, it's up to T. Lue, though.
Okay. Coach P, who are your key players?
For me, it's the entire team from Phoenix. I think they're getting exceptional production from all of their starters. When you look at the game from Tuesday night, Cameron Payne played what I would consider an MVP type performance. When I say MVP, I mean of that particular game. He had something like 29 points, assists, and 0 turnovers. So you got Cameron Payne, you got obviously DeAndre Ayton, you got Devin Booker. Then you got Jake Crowder, who making unbelievable plays. He's making great passes. He's sacrificing his body, he's sacrificing his stats, for the sake of the team. So obviously, I feel like it's 5-on-1 almost. For the Clippers, everything goes through Paul George. As Paul George goes, Los Angeles Clippers go. And the thing about Paul George is that he played an exceptional game. With the exception of those 2 free throws, Paul George had a dominant performance. So I think Paul George. I say this: if the Clippers don't win, I think it's desperation time. I think they have to get this win. If they don't get this win, I think they lose in a sweep because they're going to be able to step up.
So you think the Suns are capable of sweeping them?
Come on, they just won 2 games without Chris Paul. Yeah. So I think if they go up and they win this game, I think that game 4, I think they smelling blood in the water. I think they're going to close them out. But this is a crucial game for the Los Angeles Clippers. In fact, I would favor the Clippers because I would always favor the desperate team. The team that kind of senses that our backs against the wall, so we're going to come out fighting.
So I know that you are a huge CP3 fan. This is your time to where you can kind of flex that muscle. Someone says CP going for 20 points tonight. Agree, disagree?
Yeah, I don't think CP3 goes for points. I think he goes for wins. Would I agree? Maybe not. I think the last time CP3 came back after not playing a while, it took him a while to kind of get going. So I wouldn't put 20 points next to his name. But in the game, I would say that he's definitely going to have an impact. Right? If you remember the game after he got hurt, he told the coaching staff, if he's playing like garbage, I can go ahead and pull me after the first quarter. And if you notice, after they got the win, they secured the win, the first thing everybody did was call Chris Paul. They celebrated with him, or they brought him in to celebrate with the team. I still think CP3 has a huge influence on the game. Whether it shows up in the points or not, he's in everybody's ear. I mean, you can clearly see it. When the coach calls Chris Paul to celebrate with him, that lets you know how much they value him as a teammate, as a leader, and as a person.
What do you think about him saying Morris needs to wake up and help?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the last couple of games, Morris has kind of disappeared. So I think that's the difference in, the first couple of games, not having Morris to kind of keep Ayton honest, right?
Exactly.
It's definitely up to Morris, and we know that DeAndre Ayton has been playing dominant basketball. I mean, if his name was Joker or anybody else, we would be talking about how much he would be like the MVP of the series. He's shooting. Again, I'm gonna use Dallas. I use that word at an unbelievable clip.
Yeah,
unbelievable clip. He's shooting almost 70%, if not 70%, from the field. So he's having a dominant performance throughout the play.
What do you think about Rondo?
I think Rondo is the key. Another key for the Clippers. I think Rondo got to play. I mean, if Rondo doesn't play, you got Beverly out there. Yeah, okay, he gonna be tough. He gonna foul. He gonna bring all that to the game. But I don't think that's what you need in this game. You need somebody that's gonna change the flow, change the pace of the game, make Phoenix uncomfortable. And Rondo gonna play D. You gotta have that veteran point guard savvy. I feel like Rondo's a great matchup with Chris Paul over the Beverly. And what you said, what they asked about Chris Paul scoring 20, like Coach Parker said, Chris Paul trying to win. Chris Paul gonna win the game. He's gonna whatever matchup Tyronn Lue gives him, whatever matchup Tyronn Lue gives him, that's what he's gonna take. Like if they got the big in and they're playing the big in the pick and roll, you saw what Trae Young did last night. That's what Chris Paul will do. Chris Paul will dominate that. pick and roll with that big. Uh, and that's just what it is. I do want to. Can we visit the game last night really quick, real quick? Let's talk about that.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to say I won a shitload of money on the Hawks last night. Won I think $17,000 on the Hawks. You can check out my page, Legal Licks with 2 S's on Instagram to just see for yourself. I had Trae Young get a double and the Hawks to win. I had Capella to score 10 points in the Hawks to win. I gave out John Collins double, John Collins rebound in the Hawks to win. Mad we couldn't do the show because Ollie I would have ate off of that shit. Plus 1,000 odds, plus 500 odds. But it was a coaching mistake. It was a coaching mistake, and it was clear as day. There's no way that the Hawks should have won that game. If I keep saying this, I don't mean to keep saying this about these NBA coaches, but if I was coaching the Bucks yesterday, the Bucks would have won that game. They didn't make the adjustment to the pick and roll until 3 minutes left in the third quarter. The Bucks will win next game by a lot of points because they will start Giannis Antetokounmpo at center. Brook Lopez can't play in this series. Just like Bobby Portis couldn't play last series, Jeff Teague couldn't play last series, all these players couldn't play last series. This series, Brook Lopez cannot play when Trae Young's in the game. Because when he shows on the screen, Trae Young is going to kill him. Just like Chris Paul would do Zubac or any of the bigs for the Clippers if they show on the pick and roll. You have to have someone athletic enough to stay in front of Trae Young. If Trae Young's getting to that mid-range and able to shoot that floater, you're dead. Because he doesn't miss that floater. And he's going to cause your defense havoc. Drew Holiday is one of the best defenders in the league, but when he gets that screen, then that big switches. The big is now guarding Trae Young. Brook Lopez can't guard Trae Young, and Brook Lopez isn't giving you anything on the offensive end anyway. So it's like he's out there for no reason. If the Bucks go small, the Hawks might not win another game. So that's just what I have to say about that. And Coach Parker, I mean, what you think?
Man, I'm like you, man. I wish we would have had the show yesterday. Pardon me. I had a busy day. I had a lot of work going on, and I had another podcast that I was invited to for Black educators. But man, I had all my stuff loaded up. I was putting money on. I call him El DeBarge in the rhythm of the night. Like El DeBarge, he gonna sing his song tonight. And I said that to Maya. I think we getting ready to go. I'm like, can we get a picture of El DeBarge? And I would have had a field day today, talking a lot of spit because I'd have been able to kind of follow up with. I told you I'll Trae, Ice Trae. But I still think, like you said, the Bucks. I think they're going to get probably the next 2 games because of the adjustments. Honestly, I didn't watch the game, so I don't have a whole lot of commentary about the game. I had a lot to say about the prediction that I made. And for me, it was Trae Young versus Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I feel like Giannis was going to have a huge game, which he did. I can't really speak to the coaching because, again, I didn't watch the game. I followed it, in terms of quarter by quarter, and the stats. And just looking at the numbers, Capella was a huge had a huge impact. I think Capella almost had like 20 rebounds. He's active, he's getting up and down. He's disrupting. So besides the fact that Trae got off, Capella, it appears, again, I didn't watch the game. It appears that, he made his impact felt on the defensive end.
Yeah, he definitely did. Like, he blocked shots, rebounded, and he could stay in front of Giannis. He matches up with Giannis pretty well. Giannis don't got no post moves. Capella can't really guard post moves. Giannis just going straight at you. And John Collins is a tough cat. And literally, Nate McMillan won that game. I mean, we've been saying it all playoffs. Nate McMillan is probably the best coach in the NBA. And he proved it again yesterday with how he just, it was just poetry in motion, like literally. And, the Bucks missed all their shots as well, too. So,
here's the thing, too, Dallas. I was watching. I got a glimpse of Trae Young's post game speech. The first thing he said, he got a smile on his face, right? They're out there having fun in the NBA playoffs. The Atlanta Hawks are out there having fun in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Dancing. Trae dancing on them cats. Harlem shaking at the 3-point line.
They have absolutely no pressure. So guess what? When you have no pressure, you can shoot from the logo. Because you can shoot an air ball from the logo, and guess what? You can laugh it off because no one expects you to get this far. Meanwhile, the Bucks have to be obvious favorites. So everything is tight right now for them. Because they are expected to win. You can see it on their face. Even Budenholzer. Budenholzer's in the Eastern Conference Finals, but it's almost like his job is still on the line. Because he's faced a lot of criticism. Nate McMillan. Hey, I scooped this team up in February. And we've been playing, championship caliber basketball since I started. And so, for Nate McMillan and everybody on that team, all of his teams, they all have to be saying, man, we just enjoying the ride. No matter what happens from here on out, guys, we gonna celebrate. So, I think all the pressure's on Milwaukee, and Atlanta's just there having a good time.
Perfect. Legal licks. Are we ready to give away the pick of the day?
Yeah, we're gonna go with DeAndre Ayton to score 15 points. He gonna get spoon fed. He got spoon fed by Cameron Payne. I don't see why he won't get spoon fed by Chris Paul. Only way I see him not getting 15 points tonight is like him falling, collapsing on the court, or like and getting injured, or getting 5 fouls in the first quarter or something like that. Like something along those lines will have to happen for Aiden not to get 15. A couple more plays I like for today. I like the Sky again today. They play the Liberty, running it right back, same spot, same place, same team. Candace playing again. And I also like the Blue Jays over 8 runs, Blue Jays and Orioles. And I also like, I'm giving away a lot. I like the Astros, and I like the Dodgers tonight. Buehler on the mound. He undefeated. The Dodgers just lost 3 straight games to the Padres. Don't see the Dodgers losing again tonight to the Cubs with a bad pitcher on the mound for the Cubs as well. And the Dodgers ace. You could take those teams first 5 innings because their bullpens are ass. Dodgers bullpens ass. And the Astros just gonna blow them out. Astros the hottest team in baseball. And I like the Canadians plus 2 goals or 1.5. They covered the goal line in 9 out of the last 10 games they played Vegas. I think Vegas might win the game, but I mean, from history just shows that taking the Canadians plus the goals is the right move. But I took the under 6.5 for the game. That's just what I took. But you had to pick the game for the hockey game. That's what I would do. So that's it.
Okay. Perfect. So this was Legal Licks Lounge. We are 19-2. Hope it's up 2. Coach P, Dallas, thanks for joining me. And I'll see you.